What's up and welcome to I'm Chasing Sawdust. Today we're fixing to trim out some cedar for some siding on a log cabin. I was supposed to have it done yesterday, but let's go out here and get started on it. Don't mind my walnut walkway here. Just a thin piece of walnut that's warped up, but we're going to slice that puppy all up here shortly. So let's go on out here. Hopefully all the smoke out here doesn't smoke you guys out. We got it rolling down there. So I've already got the first one of these little logs on here. We're going to slice this into 1/2 inch strips. And then as we work our way into that, we got to get some 1x4s. So we're going to get right into, oh, let me show you something. So just in case you're new like me to a MechMaxx sawmill, not just the guide here for the blade, but it's also got this safety arm here. So around here on this back side, you have an adjustment bolt here, and you have one right here. But watch what happens when I loosen this. If you watch right here on that head area, as I loosen this, you see it drop. So there's a lot of play down there, especially the more you open this thing up. So if you're new to these like I am, you're going to have issues with blade going up and down as you're going through your log. You have got to have this tight, and I mean pretty damn tight whenever you snug it up. Not so much that you break the plastic off, I mean nothing like that, but if you get both of these pretty snug, that will stay up and be perfectly level with the one over there, and you don't have to worry about it dropping up and down. So anyway, that's just my newbie tip for today, as I never really paid attention to that before, but I do now. So let's get this fired up and cut some cedar. Working in a muddy mess right now because it can't ever stop raining. It's like raining every dang day anymore. It's crazy. Let's see. So I'm going to take a pretty good slab off of the top of this because it's going to be completely unusable for him anyway, and it's a skinny log. Trickle down my water flow here. Getting this water flow just right is another pain in the butt of this manual mill. That is not a very good way to start this. I did not pay attention to how far out that is sticking on the side. So there's a branch right here, and there's no way I'm going to clear that. It should have been turned around the other way. I'm going to pause the video real quick while I run and get me a chainsaw to cut that off. Alright, we're back now. I got a chainsaw. Super high powered. 18 volt rigid 12 inch monster. This is a monster saw. And just so y'all know, cedar is the most satisfying wood to cut. Seeing all that red wood fly off all over the place. So because it is so muddy out here, I gotta bring this wagon in here. This wood's gonna go straight on this wagon and be drug out front so it can be picked up. So I gotta fire this back up now and complete our journey through this log. That beautiful cedar. Gotta check and make sure I wasn't about to hit my stop. I forgot how high I put them up. this is going to make some nice siding, and it's a good way to get rid of a small log. Taking off a half an inch at a time. It's actually just a little under a half an inch. So I'm going to make some changes here real quick because we are about to hit our stops on the other side and our hooks on this side, and there's really no point in sacrificing anything today because I'm actually having a pretty good day, so why mess anything up, right? So I'm going to set my stop blocks over here at about half an inch, and see if I can't get at least one hook to grab at least for a couple of passes here, and then I'll probably end up removing it also. Let's take the top off this real quick. This mud is killing me. Bright reds in there. just in case you're wondering what it is I'm doing, my tape measure on here does not go down as far as the saw does. So once you get down so far, you're kind of on your own. So I got to kind of eyeball a half an inch. Okay, so I know they say you can go all the way down to within a half an inch of the cross beams here. I am not going to try it. And the reason for that being is I've went through way too many saw blades here lately. And unlike, you know, a lot of sawmill operators, you know, they want to get as much sellable wood as they can, and to me it doesn't matter because I make a lot of little signs. I make a lot of crosses for people and stuff like that, and here shortly, as soon as the new machine gets here, we're going to be making a lot of doors. So having this, you know, 5/8 piece of cedar would 100% be used by us. So I'm just going to leave that right there. I am going to go ahead and throw another log on here. I will probably not record the whole thing of sawing it up, but as I've mentioned, there's an extreme amount of mud out here right now, and this is just a mess. But I'm going to get this next log on here and start cutting it down. I'm probably going to do the same thing with it. At some point I do have to cut some 1x4s, but I don't think I'm going to try to get any of those out of this log. I think I better cut some more siding out of this one. So this is how I'm doing these logs right now, because I don't want to roll them in the mud, and I don't want to bring the skid steer back here because I do this in my backyard and it's destroying the yard because of all the rain. So while I adjust to that mess, I'm not going to bring it back here. So I'm going to get this set up. And down here at this end, if I can get this out of here because it is wet, covered in sawdust. At this end, I'm using wood stops that I cut. I believe they were 1 5/8, and I'm using those on this end because if I get about the same height as I have down there, if I saw through this wood block, it's a heck of a lot better than ruining my blade on the metal ones. So until I've used this more and I'm more in tune with what's going on with it, I'm just going to continue to use the wooden block closest to the machine, and unless I have to have a metal one, which right now I don't have to have a metal one. So let's get this one started. We'll cut a couple slabs off of here real quick. And again, these are going to be 1/2 inch. The gentleman needs about 20 pieces. I'm not real concerned with the actual number because I got a lot of cedar I need to get rid of anyway. So I'm just going to cut him a bunch. So here we go. Nice thing about cedar, man, you can fly right through this, even on a manual mill. Big walnut we've had on here for the past week. You couldn't do that with it. Move you around here a little bit. Get a little better angle on that wood. So I'm going to roll the log over and finish cutting it from the other side. But look at that. Some beautiful siding. And I'll run another video here later on after I get through with all this siding. I do have to cut some 1x4s for trim. And I'm going to leave you with this because Tennessee has some weird bugs, and here's one of them. Do you know what that is? Leave it in the comments below if you get a chance. But man, there's some ugly things and they get big. Lost the focus. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm chasing sawdust. Again, on your guide, if you have a MechMaxx, make sure that you're tightening both of these to keep your track nice and level. And again, here was what I was talking about. I got a bunch of them here. These are 1 5/8 inch squared blocks, and I use those as stops on the closest to the head. That way, if I hit it, I know to make some adjustments before I get to that one down there. But y'all have yourself a good one.